fives now for Alex.
You have a very nice hand here. And feels like one you just want to shove versus basically a 10 or 11 big blind stack.
You live?
Yeah.
No, I've lived in Toronto for most of my life.
I think this is going to be a collision. Yeah, this is too much hand.
Born in Russia.
Here we go. This is a big flip.
Yeah, a second time that Mosbach is taking a spin, this time far deeper than he was on the first occasion. And this would be harmful.
I didn't work in New York.
So Theologis' stack, if the fives were not to hold, 13.2 million, by the way. This will put you into clear third if you're Mosbach. Jack 7-6, and his rail loves it. There they are. Muller and company. He won the 25K GG Millions at the World Series of Poker. I think that's Roland Rakita on the right as well, and what it isn't is a 5 on the river, and he's going to come over and give a little love to the rail. Love to see that. Hold it around to the boss man, Ido. And you can see now the range opening up for clear reasons. 6 activates Amiri, Jack 10 offsuit, small blind, 900 back, 200 invested.
You know, this is like a weird spot because, I mean, you know you're going to have to gamble versus Ido if you put it in, right? There's no folding. But you could fold here and you get like 7 free hands, and in that time, every other short stack has to take the blinds. So, I mean, obviously, for your chip EV, right? It's plus EV on the chips, but you get 7 free hands, and it's like, what are you really going to do with a couple of big blinds? What if 1 or 2 players bust during those 7 hands, or you know, maybe you pick up aces or kings? It's like a lot can go right. You can earn some money.
What's it? Is that good?
And I think that's not a raise, right? 800, 1100, that's only 300K. It needs to be 400K more to be a raise, right? So like...
So the jam doesn't open the action?
I think it doesn't.
Although if it's more than half the minimum click, is it not an action opening move?
No, that's like a limit thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think in this it has to be at least the amount of the difference.
Well, but then by that logic, would he not in that previous situation where Ido took the Jack 6 or the Jack 4? I digress. We focus upon what we're dealing with now. We'll revisit the Jack 10 and all in for Amiri. Main pot complete.
Good currently.
Yes, iPot is dry, and now on the turn, Amiri does pick up the gut shot as action is checked between Theologis and Ido. Two of them checking, and on the river, no help for Amiri. I think he knows Jack High is very rarely going to be a winner here, so Alex rolls over bottom pair, and Hassan always had his work cut out for him here. Arasti did enjoy a double, but jubilation was short-lived. Finishes in 9th.
You gotta show you can weather the storm a little bit. So now a pot where the chip leaders folded, and we get to see which of these remaining 3 gentlemen wants to pick up some chips. Theologis with a pretty weak hand, but he has the most chips of the remaining players, and might view this as a spot to try to chip up. Put some pressure on the 2 shortest stacks in the tournament.
Jack 4 suited, the responsible kid. The aggression from the button. Newly minted 15 million chip stack coming into this one for the Greek. Dvoris.
Clear call.
Queen 7 suited. Agreement.
Just solid hand, good price.
How about this flop? The Jack connecting with Theologis, the diamonds with Dvoris. Interest will be maintained by both parties in a 4.4 million chip exchange.
Yeah, Theologis with a decision here if he wants to c-bet or check back. Kind of both have some merits. And he decides to come with tiny bet. And again, Dvoris with another decision. It's not to fold. It's to decide whether or not to just call or to raise. And if he raises, does he do any sizing other than all in?
Oh yeah, he does come with the check raise.
I think I started.
It's a jam. Alex asks for the count and then, you know, says, I think I'm calling, just to kind of ensure that there isn't any unsavory
5.9
takeaway.
Yeah, you can't bet the
5875.
Yeah.
Call?
All right. Alex says call. Shows the jacks and the 8s. Dvoris draws to the queen or the diamond.
No, I mean, of course you should ask for a count.
It's a pretty fair fight. A pseudo flip, as it's coined.
0.3 million chips. The coin weighted somewhat heavily for Theologis. 4 on the turn, and we remove the 4 of diamonds from Dvoris's outs. Can he connect? No. A 6 on the river, and Double D gave it all he had. But in the end, left to claim 5th place here in the 25K GG Millions Live. That 5th place finish will be good for 452,000 as Alex ascending. Doubled Mosbach up and then hasn't looked back pretty much since. For Dvoris, that
I don't get it.
nearly $500,000 chip payout will bring him up
Is it a
and over my romantic resume throughout the years. Not as necessarily the issuer of these sorts of things, but, you know, I've had... Anyway, pocket tens.
We'll leave that one.
I'm on it.
Mosbach. Happy to rip it. Glancing down undoubtedly at the Triton Poker Plus app for a real-time glimpse at the chip counts.
It's a pretty good hand, but I think with the risk premium, I think it's not one you want to gamble with here being the second one in calling.
Oh, I cannot look at the app during that. Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's doing it.
I think this is a spot you want to pass. If it was folded to him, he's ripping that himself, but not calling Mario in front as the rip going all in from the cutoff.
So we're going to play.
Oh,
Theologis wakes up with queens. Now he covers both stacks. He says call. They're both all in already. Slightly on the side will be Mozbox 10s against the queens. The bulk of everything in the middle. Chua for 28.4. Look what we have here.
GG.
Theologis is pretty happy right now.
I mean, he could punch a ticket to a heads-up date with Ido here. Is the 10 or the ace? Comes through. For the time being. And the flop, Jack 8-6. Queens still in front, and the margin is wide. Let's see. The impact. Oh my goodness! A 10 rolling right off. Note, by the way, that straight draws loom. Theologis wants the 9. Chua would take the 7 or the queen. Obviously, blocker effects for both.
What a card. The craziest turn card you could have picked.
Mozbox Rail saying hold, and he has held. Elated. High fives all around. Not to be overshadowed, though. The loss of Adrian Chua, who I think earned quite a bit of respect here as a Triton first-timer, working his way into the top 4 Rasty. The payout for Adrian, not at all negligible, 573,000. And look at the sportsmanship. Obviously, you know it's deflating. Trees knows the cookie crumbles in this way, within your favor and against it at times. 4 big blinds, though, and let's see whether or not he can slither. Ido wakes up to an ace on the button. Rage on, 3-handed. Upstairs he takes us. Pocket 6s for Alex. He'll jam. Just another 1 3/4 million. Mozbach comfortably out of the way with the queen 8. Ido flicks in the call, and we're off to the races. Advantage quite strong for Alex. Could there be a slight rebate in store?
Yeah, another good spot for Alex. Just has to fade an ace, more or less.
And he's done just that.
I mean, pretty solid flop there.
Jack 9-4 as the advantage grows to 85% for Theologis. King on the turn, and all he needs to do is fade Barry. That being an ace on the river. Oh my gosh!
Just when I thought we were maybe putting that behind us here at Jeju 2024, Barry comes back and says, no, I'm not done.
He had a shower wand in hand on this occasion.